everybody, and welcome back to the non-league adventure with me, GW365. If you joined us last time, you noticed that I had my face showing for the first time. It's now showing again, obviously, but I've made the screen a little bit small in the bottom right-hand corner. I'll start just by saying thank you very much for your support recently. I'm now actually up to 150 subscribers. I'm actually 156, which a massive thank you to every single one of you that subscribed recently and past subscribers as well. I'm still kind of working hard to try and get as much content out as possible, but it is kind of tough when you've got like events happening at weekends, like birthdays and things like that, and just trying to keep up to date because it is quite a long game when you play it, you know, outright, and then you've got like crabby ass girlfriend. She's not here now, but you know, she'll complain if you make noise, sort of thing. So the chance of recording is ridiculously hard when she's here, so it's a bit of a pain in the backside. Other than that, recently, I mean, some of you, the recent subscribers will know I'm on Twitter, so it's just the same name, GW365. Just find us on there, give us a follow if you haven't already. Also, I'm trying to as well keep up to the Facebook thing, but nothing really much seems to happen on there, so it's probably going to be more Twitter orientated if I'm being completely honest. And recently I've been trying to stream a little bit with playing as Ossett Town. I'll say that I'm streaming on Twitter usually for an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer depending on whether I've actually got the chance, but I generally try and do it if I don't really get a chance to record because I can't be too loud. But yeah, by all means come and join us if ever that happens. Right, into the game, and if you look over here on the left hand side, you'll see that we are second in league with 2 games to go, and we've also played a game less than Brighton and Swansea. If we win today, we are promoted in the first game, which is against Forest. Charlton, they have got Bradford City, the team that came up with us, looking for a favour from them, and Burnley, who you know, Bradford are 23rd, look like they're going down, and Burnley are 20th, who are looking to maybe avoid relegation. So yeah, anyway, really what I need to do is I need to tell you how we've got on in the 2 previous games. You might have already seen them in the top right hand corner on the home screen. We did follow our Blackburn result, the 2-0 win away from home in our last live com, with a 1-0 loss against Brentford at home, which is very disappointing. I'm thinking, hey up, is this where we're going to let it slip and Brighton are going to take over? Because they were flying at that time. Fortunately, they had a poor result then, and they followed it up with the next game. They had a poor result because I think they actually went above us at one stage. Because then we went away to Bournemouth and trounced them 4-2. I said trounced lightly. If I just highlight the game, yeah, we were never losing. We were winning 2-1, and then we went 4-1 up, and then they got a goal just to make it a little bit nervy towards the end. But nothing really to worry about. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the game. Today's Sky Bet Championship clash is brought to you live from the Silver Lake Stadium is ECFC against Nottingham Forest FC. So EC go into this game on the back of a 4-2 win against Bournemouth away from home. They line up with Jaskalainen in goal, with Sean Long and Aidan White the fullbacks for today's game, with the Salt and Wright in the central defensive area. We've got Powell and Adekanye West on the left, with Walsh and Hesenthaler making up the rest of the midfield. Up front, Callum Saunders' partners Brewer, once again, they had a decent game last time out, so it'd be no surprise to see them on the score sheet again today. Nottingham Forest go into this game trying their hardest to break into the playoffs. They had a disappointing result though last time out at the City Ground, a 1-1 draw against Fleetwood. But they line up with Ingram in goal, Hayden at right back, Garbett at left back, Rekik and Prince in the central defence. Cousins plays in a holding midfield role, with Grimes and Crowley making up the rest of the midfield. Forest are going to go with a front 3 with 2 like sort of inside forwards, with Barrow and Osborne are going to be on the wings in an attacking formation, with Decker up front on his own. Right, so looking at this, we've got the option of saying about the English Premier Division, and I think that is going to be a pain in the dick because it's going to add extra pressure, and I don't want to have any pressure on my players. I'd rather them have, you know, go out with no pressure whatsoever. I mean, this is a massive match. Pick up where you left off. I suppose that's the best thing I could ever say, really. Go out there, enjoy yourselves today. Seems a little bit too casual, so I'm going to go for the, you know, the objective, but not too, you know, assertively. So hopefully this will work. And some of them are motivated, so I'm very happy with that. Worth noting there was no team talk as well before, team meeting where they say, "Oh, you've got a great chance to get into the Premier League," and you're like, "Well, and you've got to be like, oh, we've done really well. We're expecting to get relegated, and we're doing a Leicester, but we're not going to complain." Let's get into the game. Saunders played well last time out, so he gets another chance. Probably not on this highlight because it's opening highlight. It never happens. Right, worth noting, it's been an enthralling game over at Valley Parade. It's 3-2 to Charlton. It's been like 1-0, 1-all as we score to make it 1-0, and that is 1 foot in the Premier League. But Charlton are getting really tested by Bradford City at the same time. It's gone 1-0, then 1-all, then they've gone 2-1, and then in the same minute they equalised. And then Charlton got a goal literally 5 minutes after that. So it's been a really enthralling game at Valley Parade. Unfortunately, that's the only highlight we've had. And I wasn't expecting a goal, if I'm honest with you. As Jamie Lawson would say. I wasn't expecting that. Nice. Didn't even swing his foot until after the ball had gone. And Saunders with a follow-up from Hesenthaler's shot. I don't think Hesenthaler has scored this season, which is kind of disappointing. Almost as disappointing as Andrew Powell getting injured just before half time, so there is that. Right, so it looks like, oh, I forgot to have a look at the subs. So it looks like Geraldo's going to come on for Andrew Powell for the rest of this game, because his season technically could be over. I'm not going to make any other changes. I'm just going to say things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Standard procedure. So it is Forest to get the second half underway. Going from right to left, playing in the red shirts. The famous red shirts, you might say. Right, so second highlight of the game, pretty much. And the Salt wins a header, finds Saunders. Geraldo has it now and plays it in field to Hesenthaler. Finds Saunders. Brewer loses out this time, and Hayden can find Barrow on the right hand side. He's coming in field, looking for a few options. He helps to go back to Prince, who's come forward to kind of join the... I was going to say join the attack, but not really. Barrow now tries to find Deccan. The Salt wins the ball. Barrow has it again and finds Osborne on the left. Puts it forward, but Wright is there with a towering header once again. Grimes plays it wide to Hayden, who's in a great place to cross, and he does cross in, and Deccan's there. What a save from Jääskeläinen. Fantastic save from that man. Spawn of the legend Jussi. Still 3-2 Bradford. I'm going to make some changes, or a change for now. And it's going to be Adel Nabi coming on for Callum Saunders. I know he's got the goal, but he's not really done much else. And he's looking nervous, like a schmuck. So he's going to come off for now. So hopefully he's going to make an impact. Still only 3 points behind Charlton. And worth noting, I think we've got a better goal difference. Indeed we do. We have a better goal difference. So as long as we win this game, no matter what Charlton does, we're going to the last game of the season with a chance of the title. It means we've got something to play for. This has been very disappointing, this game, if I'm honest with you. Not many chances at all. I've had 2 chances all game. A really great save from Jääskeläinen and a goal, which I'm not complaining, it could stay the same for me. I'm going to make it my final change, and it's going to be Russell that's going to come on for Adekanye West, who's had a quiet game, I'm going to say. Russell has been a big game player at times. He's scored quite a few crucial goals. Maybe he's going to get one now as Geraldo has it. Lays it off for Long in the crossing position. He opts to chip it over for Geraldo. Geraldo across the back post. And what have I just said there? Russell, big game player, comes on and gets in at the back post and puts it away for us to pretty much settle any nerves. And that is going to seal it for us. We're going into the Premier League, which is absolutely crazy. Vanarama National League, consecutive seasons to the Premier League. I mean, what's next? Champions League qualification? Maybe even the title. Looking at this, we're still in a chance with we've got a shot at the title, unless of course Forest turn up now and decide to ruin his day. Barrow chips it in. Oh, Long, that's a terrible header, but Prince, unfortunately for us, has got a heading start of, must be half, not one, half, because he just hit the bar from an open goal. You know, sometimes you need luck, you know, but you make your own luck, I think, sometimes. Now we're going to get to see how much money we've got next season, because we're in the Premier League. Unfortunately, it looks like Charlton won, which is a bit of a pain in the dick. So, but yeah, we've done it. Let's just passionately say, well done. Promotion to the Premier League. Look at that response. Done alright, haven't we? Big Aidan White. I mean, thing is, I've got some decisions to make now, because I've got a lot of players here who are not going to be good enough. and the only reason I'm going to keep him on it is for sentimentality, which is surprisingly tricky to say. But yeah, we've won 2-0 against Forest, denting their hopes of getting into the playoffs. But they've still got a chance. Last game of the season, it's between Sheffield United, Forest, Brentford and Sheffield Wednesday. Oldham have got a chance, and Middlesbrough actually. I didn't realise this. There's quite a lot of teams vying for that last playoff spot. I mean, we've kind of known who's going to be in the playoffs, like the other spots, for some time, apart from who we're going to get automatic. And it turns out it's going to be Eastleigh FC. So I'm very pleased with that. It does mean now that all we have to do is hope that Charlton lose and we win the league. So let's hope we can do that. But as a result, Bradford have been relegated thanks to Charlton's win. Swindon have been relegated as well. But the most importantly, we've been promoted to the Premier Division, which is absolutely fantastic. Bit of a downer that we're going to miss out on Andrew Powell for the last game of the season. This is the key question now. How much have we got? Now, I'm not being funny, but that seems a little bit dire. Now, I seem to remember watching Dr. Benji, and he got Salford City, who start off in a lesser division than Eastleigh, and I'm almost certain that he got about 32 million. So what am I hoping for next season? Well, based on that budget, relegation, because I don't think we can do his job with that. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, see how we start. But if another team comes in, I don't know what I might do, because I'm just thinking that. I mean, I feel like I've been cheated there. 6 million. Some teams get more than that in League One. You know, I'm talking like your bigger teams. But yeah, unbelievable. And we have done it with hardly any money, and I'm getting a load of prize. Well, I suppose I'm getting a prize. But I'm getting a lot of praise, but I can't help but feel a little bit cheated there with the amount of money I'm getting. I think that's absolutely disgusting. Well, let us know what you think in the comments. Or if you're following us on Twitter, let us know on Twitter. Because I feel a little bit disgruntled there. But enough chinning and paddying. We've got a game against Hull and a chance to win the title. So let's see if we can do that. Today's Sky Bet Championship Clash is brought to you live from the Circle. It's Hull City against ECFC for the last game of the season. Hull narrowly escaped relegation last time out, and they go into this game on the back of another 1-1 draw, not from Hull's point of view, but with Fleetwood. Fleetwood just seem to be getting mentioned left, right and centre, drawing, it seems. 1-1 last time out. They're going to go with Guillermo in goal, with Emmanuel at right back, Moore at left back, with Todd and Maguire in the centre back positions. Evans is going to be playing in the holding role, with Smallwood and Taylor in the middle of the park. Yunus Mali is going to play on the right, with Gill on the left, and Birchin up top on his own. Easter going to this game on the back of winning promotion to the Premier League for the club's first time in its history, after winning 2-0 against Nottingham Forest at the Silver Lake Stadium, which I might add now, that might be why we haven't got a massive transfer budget. We're going to have to do something about the stadium, and it did mention something in the press conference about it, so that's probably one of the reasons why our transfer budget is so low. So kind of explains it. But for this game, Jaskleinen in goal, with Long at right back, White at left back, with the Salt on the right in the middle of the park again, not middle of the park, middle of defence again. Geraldo starts, possibly for his last game of the season, probably most likely if I'm honest. On the right, with Russell on the left, Walsh and Hesenthaler start in the middle of the park. Adonabe plays up top with Brewer, potentially for Brewer's last game, because he's on loan, he's worth far too much money. We'll have a go and see if we can get him in, but it seems highly unlikely. Worth noting that 2 players have asked for a contract increase, or a better contract. Saunders is one of them, and Russell I've said I'll have a look at the end of the season. Russell, more likely I'm going to keep him. It's Callum Saunders. I'm not sure whether he's going to be good enough to stay on as like a leading marksman. He might be good as a backup, but we'll have to wait and see, because it all stems on whether we're going to keep Brewer or not. Because I think Bates, possibly, I might keep him. It depends. But Leeds might not want to loan him. They might want to keep him. He's been clearly good enough at this level. But yeah, into the game. Well, into the team talk. So carry on where you finished the last game. Ideally with Charlton losing, and we win the title, and then that's something else to add into my own personal trophy room, like a replica trophy. But we get the game underway, going from left to right, playing in the blue kit. It's probably a false highlight as per usual, but you never know. Nabby's got it. Yeah, there you go. Right, as you can see here, we've got latest scores. We've got Charlton and Burnley. Why is it played at a different time? I have no idea. But Brewers trying to get in behind. Maguire intercepts well. And Emmanuel can find Evans. Chips it forward to Yunus Mali. Yunus Mali up against White. White robs him of the ball now. Can he start an attack? A counter-attack if you like. White finds Brewer. Brewer plays it wide to Russell's. Great ball. Russell, back post, and Geraldo scores, and potentially his last... Oh, he's offside. I'm celebrating too soon. Devastated for the lad. Probably his last game for us. Gutted for the lad. But Wright has it now. Plays it wide to White. White now coming down this left-hand side. Looking for options. He finds Walsh in field. Walsh has been instrumental this season again. Look, it's unchallenged and has a go, but it's gone wide, unfortunately. Jaskalainen with a free kick. Plays it shot to the Salt. Now Wright finds Walsh. Across to Hesenthaler. Geraldo in a bit of space. And finds Naby. Plays it square to Brewer. Brewer now, looking for options. Plays it through for Geraldo. He looks suspiciously offside. But he's forced to save from Guillermo. I think that's how you say his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Russell though with the corner. Swings it in. And Hesenthaler with a collector's item. And gets... I'm going to say it's his first goal of the season. Oh, it's been given. It's another goal disallowed. Handball. Hand of nod. Paul Scholes. Should be getting sent off. Never mind. White finds Walsh. That's another chance for us, it seems. Maybe. I don't know. Guillermo's got it now and kicks it long. But Shin is never going to beat Wright in the air because Wright is just like massive. He's like almost as big as me. Can't tell I'm tiny. I'm not tiny, but I'm not big. Gill has it though now. And that's not what she said before you say it. Chips it forward and Taylor gets in and there you are, sucker punch. Don't take your chances, you get punished. So that's the one of the oldest sayings you could ever say. But yeah, very disappointing actually. I thought I was 2-0 up and instead we found ourselves 1-0 down against the run of play. But otherwise it's a dead rubber as it stands anyway because Charlton are winning 1-0. It was played through. Bertshin just drew Ackle right away from Taylor, and to be fair, Aidan White didn't track his runner in Taylor, so he's the one to blame in my opinion, in my eyes, even though it says he's playing the best out of everyone. Right, Guillermo takes a long goal kick towards Bertshin. The Salt wins a header and it comes out to Taylor. Yunus Mali chips it forward to Bertshin, and Ackle Rice has been hacking Fenward. Fortunately, Jaskalainen is equal to it, and now Long plays it square to right. It's a bit of a suicide ball if you ask me that, but never mind. Highlights teleported, and now the Salt has it. That's Walsh. Walsh finds Hesenthaler, plays it wide to Geraldo. Geraldo now looking to find Naby, and he does. Naby now coming forward. He's got a few options. He opts to find Russell. Russell at the back post, plays it for Geraldo this time. Is that offside? It's not offside. It's 1-1. Geraldo getting the goal in his last game of the season. First goal of the season as well. On the last game of the season. How many different types of season can I say? But yeah, great ball from Naby. First time cross from Russell. And Geraldo on hand, on point. Just to tuck it in at the back post. Trying to earn a contract, but I think he's going to be not good. He's only 1.5 star now. So, is it going to be good enough for the Premier League? Most likely not. The only player I think has got a job for life is Jake Hesenthaler, my captain. So there hasn't been another highlight since the equaliser. So it's still, you know, a bit tight at the minute. They're still winning 1-0 at Charlton. So we're just hoping that if we can get a goal and just hope that they slip up. I can't see it happening. They're at home as well, which means that they're probably not going to throw away 2 goals. I can see them maybe getting a draw and it being enough to win them the league. But we're still in it. Just need a goal and let's see what happens. That was a very good team talk, by the way. Todd has it though and finds Moore. Probably a false highlight as per. But Taylor plays it back to Moore. Yep, there you go. I'm going to make a couple of changes. Just worth noting down here. You can still see it's 1-0. I wonder if there's some way I can ring up the Burnley manager and just tell him, like, give him a team talk for him, because if we could get 2 goals, we're laughing. But it's not going to happen. Martin Smith, for me, he's been alright this season. He's not been crazy good. So potentially I'm thinking about now, like, trying to raise money, because obviously we haven't got a massive transfer budget for next season. He could be one of the outs. I don't know. He's not got as much of a connection with, like, my team as, like, some of the others that have been here since the Vanarama National League. He came in at the beginning of this season. Russell's just been too good, so I can't really cash in on him as much as he probably would bring us quite a bit of money. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to try and get Adekanye West in because I mean he's class, and he's only 24. Um, he's not going to come on yet. The one player probably I'm going to bring on is Callum Saunders. Don't know what was happening with my words there, but Adel Nabi's had a poor game, so he's going to come off. And yeah, going to tell him I've got faith and get no response from Martin Smith. All the long termers, they're all like, oh yes, oh, I really appreciate your feedback, boss. Cheers. And it's like the newbies, like apart from Russell, just like, and cheers, pal. Yeah, whatever. See you in a bit. So yeah, Long has it and nearly finds a decent ball, but Smith plays it out wide to White. White now finds Russell. Russell now. I only signed him because of his funny name, having Russell. White plays it in towards Saunders, it's headed away. Smith nods down to Hesenthaler. Hesenthaler out wide to Long. Long with the chance to cross in. He finds Geraldo. Geraldo has a go, and Russell surely should have scored there. Not entirely sure what happened there. But Joshua Emmanuel, I think Akinfenwood him. And said, get on the weights! Roy Brewer sprained his wrist. Man up. It's not your leg. It's not something you need, is it, in football, unless you're a goalkeeper. Pansy. Right, 10 minutes to go. I think Sean Jess comes on. Hesenthaler, he can get a bit of a standing ovation of sorts. He's been brilliant for us this season again, really, is Hesenthaler. Mr. Reliable. Never really lets us down. Never really puts in a poor performance. Russell with a cross there. And the Salter scored. Is that his first goal of the season? It is his first goal of the season. I think it might even... Yeah, it's first ever goal for us, which is... It's bizarre, really. And, oh, come on, Perver, ex-Leeds, come on. We're still at Leeds, technically, in real life, but... Yeah, good header there from the Salt. No one really picked him up. But yeah, Charlton 2-1 up at the minute. If Burnley can get another 2 goals here in the last 5 minutes, I know it's very unlikely, but you've got a dream. But it's played over, and Roberts could ruin our dream. But Wright's there. Again, he's been very reliable. He's not had, like, storming games every game. Jeffs needs to work on his passing if he's going to make it. I'm going to give him probably another year, because I think his contract's up as well. But Smith tries to play it forward, and that's exactly what what I'm on about there. He just passed it straight to the defender. I don't know if you can see my arm there, but he just passed it straight to their midfielder. Russell has it now. Looking for options. He finds Smith. Smith plays in Brewer, and he smashes it into the top right-hand corner to make it 3-1 and cement the victory. Game over, really, in this game. We're just waiting on Burnley, like getting like 3 goals or something, just to make sure that they don't concede in the last minute as well. It's not going to happen, we know, but Brewer there had fire in the back of that ball. I don't know if you saw that, and that was the noise it made. And it looks like it is going to be game over there in terms of the championship title, because Charlton have indeed got a third to make it 3-1. To be honest with you, I don't know why I'm saying this, but well, I'm not saying I don't know why I'm saying this. There's no reason for me to be disappointed. When I first got into any of the promotions, I was expecting a tough season and maybe a relegation, because those long-term watchers who watched the Curzon Ashton series, I got promoted. That first time I got promoted, I got relegated. I finished 24th, and the team were just appalling. I tried adding players that were clearly better than what I had. Didn't make any difference. Very pleasing performance. Well done. Yeah, so I've been dreading every time I've got promoted. I've been dreading it, really, and we've just got up to such a fantastic start in every season, and it just filled me with hope. And as that's happened, I've just managed to keep morale high all season. We've even had like barren spells. I mean, I'll go into a little bit of detail. I'm not going to go majorly, but just go into the schedule here. Yeah, you can see like this season we've gone through a really bad patch here in this area over Christmas and January, up until like there we had. If you discard the Hull 1-0 win, yeah, we'll start from there. We drew with Swindon. We lost to Charlton, the eventual winners, of course. We drew with Norwich, who were down the bottom of the table at the time. We went out of the FA Cup, albeit we weren't expected to do anything anyway. And besides a 6-0 win, because we lost to Brighton and Sheffield Wednesday and beating Bradford and then Burnley beat us, that was a really poor run of form. I mean, what's that? 8 points in, did I just say 8 games? 9 games. Which, that's not promotion winning form, but we've pulled it out bag. You know, in the last 5 games we've only dropped points twice to Sheffield United and Brentford, so it's got to be very pleasing as that. I mean, we lost to Fleetwood when we never should have done, but that's when we were being still a little bit inconsistent. But what does it mean now? It means that we have finished second, 7 points clear of Brighton, who it looks like they've dropped points again today. They've drawn. I mean, look at that form of Swansea. I mean, they were 9 points clear of us at one stage. 9 points clear. And they've bottled it. They literally have bottled it. I mean, you can see here we've conceded 64 goals, which that's something we're definitely going to have to address next season. But look at the amount of goals we scored, 103. It's not the record, don't get me wrong, but it's not a bad return, that is it? I mean, goal difference plus 39 when you've scored 103 goals is pretty poor overall, but it's still the best in the league, so we deserve to go up in my eyes. You know, that's kind of a biased view, and for some reason our games have happened early and the rest of them are happening later. So, you know, for that, I don't understand why that's happened, but the main two have started already and finished. That's the ones that mattered. Now it's just about deciding who's going to join Brighton, Swansea and Blackburn in the place, which, I mean, you'd probably bet for Swansea to win it, wouldn't you? Poor form, everyone's expecting to beat them, and they'll go and trounce Blackburn, and then beat... I'm going to throw it out there, I'm going to say Sheffield Wednesday are going to get in, just like in real life. Let's just see what happens. Right, so everyone has actually played the games now, so I'll just go into it. I did call Sheffield Wednesday, they did actually win, but unfortunately for them, Sheffield United, their arch rivals, managed to sneak in there with a win themselves. Blackburn did win, surprise surprise, Swansea lost again, 2-0 it looks like, because they're on -1, it could have been 3-1. But Norwich City have gone down, back into League One. Kind of disappointing for the Leeds B team, I'm going to say, and any Norwich fans can show me as much hate as they want when they start taking out our best players because of Kenrique Batesius. Ken Bates for them, don't know what I'm on about. The chairman, yeah, you know, I didn't used to mind Norwich and they used to annoy me that they used to take all our players, our best players. But anyway, enough moaning. What's going to happen next video? I might do an end of season video just to highlight the stats and what have you. And yeah, then after that it'll be probably some sort of transfer special or something like that. Maybe not a special, but like I'll do our pre-season. If we get any transfers in, I'll show you them. But yeah, hopefully you're going to join us for that. There's not really much else I can say. If you have enjoyed, why not press that like button. If you'd like to see more of this series, go ahead and press that subscribe button. I mean, we've got promotion. Sure, that's going to be worth a like. You know, you want to just press it. Takes a second. Only takes a second, girl. Even though there's no girls probably watching this, I could be incorrect on that assumption. But yeah, great result for us. Great league standing for us. A little bit disappointed I didn't get the title in the end because we have won like League 2, 1, and then nearly got the Championship. But can't complain. We're in the Premier League next season, playing against the likes of Chelsea, Man U, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. Some tough games here. Tottenham, I expect, are going to be good. Teams that are coming down, we're going to avoid Fulham being one of them. QPR and Wolves. I believe Wolves and Fulham went up last season. I can't remember who went up with them. I want to say it was Reading. I could be wrong, but they've, you know, some really good players in these teams. If I might have a little scout of these teams again and see if there's any players I can pick up, because one of the best players I signed was Russell, and he was from relegated Portsmouth from the Championship. So he's been absolutely exceptional for us whenever he's played. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully I'll see you for the end of the season review. And until then, I'll see you then. Bye bye.